Hello and welcome to Straight from the Cloverfield, episode 30. I'm your host, Ralph. Today's topic is reincarnation. Reincarnation is granted to those who have not committed murder, harmed a child, or violated consent. And Earth is an intelligent being who can decide who gets to come back and reincarnate upon her surface. And some souls might claim that they want the right to reincarnation, so then they get reincarnated as prey for another being to give up what they took in the lifetime that they either murdered somebody, violated consent, or harmed a child. So if they reincarnate, they're going to be prey. So when you see like an animal being tortured by another animal or something, just remember that fate has a way of working itself out, and that's part of recycling of the soul that took something in the past life. And it seems to make sense to me. I'm not going to force anybody to believe it, but I believe that that is a justified way of perceiving things that seem like they are unjust. But fate has its way, and fate is in charge. And we also make our own fate by the actions that we take. Like some people might think of it as a punishment, the actions that we take and the fate that we make. But it's really how it plays out. So, a lot of those that have committed murder and harmed a child and violated consent, they know they're most likely not coming back, and if they do, it'll be as a form of prey. But so they like to name things after them, like monuments and bridges and stuff, and because they know that they're done. So they want to keep their name, and there's body worship, and remember, there's a meat suit. You're greater than your physical vessel. The whole point is to do the great work and to live life for others, and teach children and encourage children to bring forth what they came here to bring. And a lot of the Dark Priest class does not like that. They want to put their curriculum into the minds of children in their formative years, rapturing them into the past, because what they came to bring threatens the programming that they put in place, which was lots of lies and forced memorization. And like I said, the best way is to homeschool the child and encourage the child's strengths, and don't ask them what they want to be when they grow up, because that answer should be me. Let them show you who they are. So it's the whole point in reincarnation is to continue to do the great work where you see others need to be lifted up. And that's why Earth permits those that strive to do the great work to bring Earth out of its chains of bought and paid for corruption. So another thing to keep in mind that you can get raptured into the past when you are interested in knowing your past lives, because your past lives are in the past. And of course, you can get to know them and understand them, but don't get stuck in them. Remember to create who you are in the present moment. That's why when you get interested in past lives, you can't be raptured into the past and become the life that has already passed in the vessel you're in now. But the whole point is to find the present moment and always It's always getting raptured into the past. And it's scary to focus on the present moment because you don't know what the future is. It's yours to create. So the whole point of incarnation is for the soul to desire a human experience, because the soul is perfect and it wants to see what it's like to live in an imperfect vessel, because the soul is perfect, and to experience imperfection, because both perfection and imperfection can get mundane. So the soul experiences that imperfection and tries to create a life for itself, and it's always challenging because there's always a risk of incarnating into a vessel. There's risks always with incarnation because it's an imperfect vessel. But when we remember the present moment and stay there, we can regenerate our vessel, because when we get raptured into the past, that's what ages humanity. And there's like they had the Bible study and all that stuff, and it's like an unfulfilled promise, keeping people raptured into the past through generations. And then they want to recruit children to have them raptured into the past of their formative years, because the children came to show everybody what's new, and they should not be shushed. Children are the future. Allow them to be who they choose to be. They should not be just forced to go to school and forced to go to Sunday school if that's not what they want to do. They shouldn't be forced to do what they want to do. They should be encouraged to spread their gifts, grow their own food, take care of one another, lift each other up, not taught things and whatever the mainstream media says, whatever demonized face they go after and hate, and teach them about tyrannical government and being bought and paid for, and teach them about money. And they came here to break the chains of all that. Money is a religion. You know what? It is. Government is a religion. We need to become the sovereign beings that we are, control our minds, and help lift others who are struggling, who are stuck in the past. They need to be rescued from the past and brought into the present moment. And like I always say, the present moment is hard. You have to keep reminding it, and even that becomes like the circle of dust, because you have to keep remembering to be in the present moment. Lots of benevolent beings want to help humanity in the best way they can without interfering, because they know that humanity can do this on its own. And that's why there's a reincarnation process to enlighten humanity and help them to see if they will get that the next time around, because sometimes it's very hard to get out of your head. A lot of people don't make it out of the head, and those that do get raptured back into the head again and have to remind themselves to come back out of it, at the same time teaching and doing the great work. And there's so many different topics, but when you start breaking it down, you realize that it's all one topic. It's all united as one force to help humanity and to become a better version of themselves. So don't dwell on your past lives. Understand that, yes, most likely you have had past lives, but don't dwell on them, because this is who you are now is who you are now. And to dwell on the past life hinders the ability to live in the present moment. and create in the present moment. And be there for whoever's there with you in the present moment. Most are worried about thinking about the past, and they're worried about the future, which the religious monetary system does not help. It's religion is buying back to throw up for forward progress. It's the same mundane teachings over and over again to keep people in the past through the generations and age them so they don't attain enlightenment and go beyond it. Understand that they are the infinite soul looking through a vessel and not get raptured into the same frequency about mistakes they might have made, because Earth is a school we came to understand and learn. And learn from your past and create your future and be in the present moment. That's basically it. That's the whole point. And we will keep returning it as long as we have to teach the great work and do whatever we need to do to help our fellow brothers and sisters. Because the demonization of one is the demonization of all. And we need to come together and unite against a system of corruption. And so that's the whole purpose of reincarnation and doing the great work, because it's very important to uplift one another and share what we know. So I thank you for listening, and I will see you on the next one.